Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, campers.
Hello.
It's the Married with Channels podcast.
Yeah.
Ladies are excited in the band.
Yeah.
My name is Moose,
I'm Jody.
and we are hosting this podcast that is about a married couple talking movies, TV shows, etc.
Our time is limited, so we have to be select.
So let's get to it.
That's right.
Let's get right to our first Mmmmmaybe. It is called Caught Stealing.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about this.
Austin Butler, Regina King, Zoe Kravitz, Matt Smith,
Yep.
former Doctor Who. But anyway, yeah, it's based on a novel. Yeah, it's based on the novel of the same name.
See, I don't read enough books, man. I don't even know that.
You think about it like, I'd be curious to see what the percentage is of movies that come from books these days, because it's a huge pile of content to draw from.
And they seem to be doing it more these days,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, yeah, more. Okay.
There are more movies made from adaptations of books and novels.
Yeah.
Definitely more, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they, I know studios have people whose job it is to just read scripts.
Yeah.
But I imagine they have, if not those same people, other people who just read original novels.
Well, that's what Reese Witherspoon does and makes movies from it. She's like, hey, we're gonna start a book club, and I like these authors, and then she gets to make those movies and tell those stories, and she makes money from doing that. So good for her. Like, yeah.
But let's be honest, it's probably her assistant reading these books.
I don't know.
She probably could be reading them herself, but
Listen, the projects that she has done are really popular books. Not just her and her assistant. Like, everyone's reading these books.
Okay.
You know.
So this one is based on a book, like we said.
Sure.
About a young man living in New York City. He tends bar. He had a promising baseball career ahead of him when he was younger that was cut short by a drunk driving accident, which plays into his character and some of his motivations, I guess. Mm-hmm. And his neighbor leaves him in charge of his cat while he goes to London. Mm-hmm. And the neighbor is connected with some not so good people.
Some bad guys.
And gals. And there's some spoilers here.
A spoiler alert.
Yeah. So he gets caught up in this whole thing involving his neighbor's cat and, drugs and money and...
Some like, are they Russian gangsters? And then there's like...
some Orthodox Jewish hitmen.
Yeah, like there's two groups kind of coming after his neighbor.
It's an interesting collage of people and
Yes.
ethnicities and groups. And the one Russian tough guy, I don't know if this is makeup or if the actor actually he has like a birthmark all over his face.
Sure.
Thought that was interesting. But and it's directed by Darren-Aronofsky, he of Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream fame. So what'd you think of Caught Stealing?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good story. It was done well. It was interesting, some of the twists and turns that it took as it kind of went along. So I thought it was good. I think it's worth watching and checking out. I mean, it is a good kind of character of this character, you know, kind of a study. There's like some sad parts in it too, like, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, you're kind of rooting for this guy, and I think it's a good movie. I thought it was well done, and there's action, but also there's kind of a little bit of everything if you kind of pay attention.
Yeah, it's got a little love in there,
Yeah.
a little sadness.
Yeah.
Couple moments of sadness.
Yep.
One character you're like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were
I know.
going to be more involved here.
I know.
Vincent D'Onofrio's in it. He's one of the, and Liv Schreiber, they played the two Orthodox hitmen.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
They are interesting.
I love that they take, I forget the character's name, but Austin Butler's character, the main guy, they take him to their house with their mom and has some matzah soup.
His name was Hank.
Hank, yeah. So there's some kind of quirkiness, but it moves along very well. I think it's only about an hour and 45 minutes runtime, so it's not a 3.5 hour, you know.
You're close, an hour and 47 minutes.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just being your sidekick over here, looking up your facts for you.
I was off by 2 minutes,
Okay,
Jody.
sorry. I hadn't seen Austin Butler in other things. Have you watched him in other things?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what you've seen him in.
Well, I haven't seen him in, but he played Elvis in the most recent Elvis movie.
Yeah.
He had a minor character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He played he played Tex, the character Tex, one of Charles Manson's guys.
Okay.
And when I see Austin Butler, I always think about how great he sold. It's the scene at the end where they kind of descend on Brad Pitt character's house.
Yeah.
And the dog bites him in the nuts.
Yeah.
And the way he screams, you're like, that is exactly what a scream would sound like when you're bitten in the balls by a giant pit bull. He really knocked that apart. I wish I'd pulled the clip because he just like that guttural kind of like coming from within your soul type of scream.
Nice. I wonder if they said hey, we're gonna have him actually bite your balls, but not too hard to puncture them so he can get
I don't know.
How do you do that? I guess I don't know. Maybe you practice. I don't know.
If your method, you let the dog bite your nuts.
Right.
But
I kind of want to know what they did. No.
I don't know. I mean, if he's a good enough actor, he can channel some pain that he had, Maybe he got bit by a dog real bad, not necessarily in the nuts.
I just pictured him practicing, letting people take shots at his sack so he can scream authentically later on.
In my mind, since that was a Quentin Tarantino movie, he probably had whatever budget he wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Maybe they rigged up some. I'm thinking maybe they didn't do this, but it'd be cool. They could afford to rig up something in a jock strap that would squeeze his privates, but not too much that would cause damage, but enough that he could feel it.
Scream.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know. Who knows what they did? Again, that's why I want to know what you actually do for this to get that scream out of him.
Yeah, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, I liked him in this. I hadn't seen him in much of anything else. I mean, I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I had forgotten he was that character. And I haven't seen the Elvis movie. I can't say that gave me a good impression of him. So, if you didn't like him in that, I thought this was really good performance by him. So I was kind of impressed.
Totally.
With Austin Butler in this movie.
Yeah, let's play a clip from Caught Stealing. So when him and his girlfriend Yvonne go up to his apartment and they encounter Russ, who's dropping his cat off at his door. And his Russ is got a very deep Cockney accent.
Hey, oi! What the fuck you doing, geezer?
I've got a fucking comedian in the house. Is that the best you can do? You sound like Dick Van Dyke, mate. All right, Yvonne. Looking nice. Little booty call, is it?
Charming as always, Russ.
All right, what's up?
Nothing's up. I need you to mind Bud for me.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No, I'm not good at taking care of things.
Who's Bud?
My flatmate.
His cat.
I like cats.
Good.
He's a biter.
He never fucking bit you. He loves you.
Man, there's gotta be someone
Hey,
else.
listen, stop thinking about yourself. My dad had a stroke, yeah? I've got to fly back to London, so just feed him, give him a little love and that, right? And he'll be happy.
Dudes, kind of late.
Sorry, Dwayne.
I like to party, but some of us work in the morning.
Sure thing,
It's
Dwayne.
not like I want to call the cops or anything.
Hey, fuck off with your Wall Street job and your fucking money and all. My dad's dying here.
Russ.
You fucking
Russ.
cunt. You're lucky I don't skin you alive and feed you to the fucking cat.
You know, I'm not some douchebag finance yuppie.
Yes, you are.
I build websites.
That is very cool, Dwayne.
Dwayne, their co-apartment
Neighbor.
dweller, neighbor who's just trying to sleep. Yeah, so that begins our quest for our main character, Hank. But yeah, Caught Stealing's good. I didn't know what to expect from a Darren. I've seen a couple. So Darren Aronofsky also did. Oh, geez, what was the one with Jake Gyllenhaal way back in the day with the scary rabbit? He did that, and he did Requiem for a Dream, and I've watched both of those, and both of those are a little surreal and kind of out there at times. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know what to expect from this, which, based on the trailer, looked like it was just kind of a straight ahead kind of, thriller / getting out of a pickle type of story.
Yeah.
And it played that way. It wasn't surreal at all.
Sure.
That's not to make it sound like it was bad by any means, but just did not expect that from Darren Aronofsky. He just did kind of I don't want to say by the numbers type of movie, but I don't know.
It didn't have that quirky out there elements.
Didn't have that, and the kind of the darker kind of, what the hell is that why is that penguin smoking a cigar in the corner? You know, that sort of thing.
The hallucinations.
Yeah.
Is that what you were missing?
Yeah. But I'm not saying I needed that.
Sure.
It was good.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Caught Stealing on Netflix is, you could do a lot worse things with an hour and 47 minutes than this, right?
Yes.
Jody's a fan.
I am.
So go check it out. Let's move on to something a little more musical. It's the
Oh, yeah.
Counting Crows documentary that's on HBO.
Serious.
Yeah.
This is like from my formidable years. How about you?
Same. No, this was,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody remembers Mr. Jones and a couple other Counting Crows songs that were just so pervasive.
Yes. So
It's
that
called
was
Have You Seen Me Lately?
1993 when that album came out. We're totally dating ourselves
Yeah.
here, but we're vintage now, so we're cool again. And so is stuff like this.
I didn't realize how fast Counting Crows, like, it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't form and then were gigging and playing clubs for 20 years and then hit it big. They
I didn't get that impression, no. They just, like, rocketed
yeah, they
so
were,
high, so fast.
they were doing their separate things for the most part. Then they got together, and
Yeah.
soon after that, they put this full-length demo together.
Yep.
Most bands do like 3 or 4 songs. They did like 12 songs.
No, it was, like, way more.
Right,
It
right.
was, like, 17 songs. It was,
Yeah.
like, ridiculously long in the first place.
And
Or even an album, you know what I mean?
but the documentary again called Counting Crows, Have You Seen Me Lately, was interesting because they're one of those bands like I really didn't like back in the day.
What?
I found Adam Durt's very annoying.
Well, I found him annoying too, but back then, like, I just loved the music so much, and like, I didn't pay attention to his interviews and stuff, but I mean, I just watched the videos and ate up the music. I just loved the music so much.
Yeah.
So, that album was so great. I didn't care that he was annoying, but I did find it. I mean, here's the thing that this documentary does, though. It's really how he was kind of portrayed, you know, and he was really kind of struggling, and you didn't know that. So when someone's struggling and they are still propped up to talk to people, it can kind of come off as like, what's going on with that guy?
No, if you have experience with Counting Crows, you'll watch the documentary, and then I think you'll have a whole new perspective
Yes.
on not only Adam Duritz but the band. You see that it's interesting to go behind the scenes and see dynamics in a band. Like he
Yes.
was the be all end all of that band.
Yes.
He was the admiral, the general, and they all kind of were cool with it. They all went along with it. Like, okay, Adam wants to do this. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't want to record today. All right, we're not going to record.
It sounds like there was a little bit of tension there, though, too, as well, because, like, he was so advanced in his songwriting and just, like, on a whole nother level. And they were musicians, you know, and they were doing the best they could, but it sounded like sometimes he would make them feel like they weren't adequate enough. And so then they'd go and practice more and play even harder. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like a tough love to propel yourself to be better, you know?
Yeah, he was pushing everybody.
He kind of was, but he was definitely the leader. And you're right, you have to have, like, in a band, you got to have the right blend of personalities. If somebody wants to do that, but let's say someone else does too, you both can't be the ringleader here.
Yeah.
Usually that doesn't work out for bands well, you know? When
Right.
two people want to be the boss, like, every band's dynamic is different. Like, some of them are completely collaborative and everybody has a say in everything and their parts, you know, and what they bring to the table. And some bands have a person who's in charge and you just show up and play what they ask you to play.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I don't know if I've ever seen a band where there is a big personality, the captain, and there wasn't somebody else in the band who took issue with that. Like they butted heads. I've never seen that before.
You haven't hung out with enough bands then.
Well, okay. Let me qualify by saying that like national, well-known bands.
Well,
I'm sure that's you encounter that in local bands.
I think you hear about it after the fact. After a band splits up and some time has passed, then the real story comes out. Like, oh, I just couldn't get along with this person, and they just wanted to be in charge of everything and not listen to my creative ideas, and blah, blah, blah. And you know what I mean? Or, like, they had personality clashes and differences. I mean, that happens all the time in big, well-known bands. You just maybe don't hear about it right away.
Well, and I would go back even further. I was backing up from bands to, relationships and marriages, or, roommates. You're with somebody long enough, there's going to be some conflict.
Absolutely.
Regardless. But and I'm going by the documentary.
Absolutely.
Didn't seem like there was hardly any conflict. I think a couple of the guys to the camera said, yeah, I didn't really like when Adam did this, but whatever, I went along with it.
Well, also, these guys, let's be honest, they are all very silver-haired guys with some time and wisdom. Maybe you learn to get over some of those riffs that you had back in the day. You have a greater appreciation for what that truly was, which was something really amazing in music and that you put out into the world. And so I think you kind of get older and your perspectives on those things that were once annoying to you totally changes. They've had some time and space from all of that, And also Adam seems like a different person now than that annoying guy that you saw giving these strange interviews and, kind of struggling.
I still don't know what his diagnosis was.
They said it in this documentary. We could go fact find that. But one thing I really took away from it, he was just struggling, honestly, with being famous. That has to change your life so drastically. You lose your freedoms. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. If you have a bad day or you look bad or you wore the wrong thing or said the wrong thing, everything is under scrutiny. And that, in and of itself, has to be a huge adjustment for a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he's got mental illness there going on too, which makes it even harder to struggle with that. A normal person would struggle with instant fame like that. And, And then, I don't think the media raking him over the coals for the relationships was right or good. They're always like, oh, now he's dating this person, now he's dating that, I think sometimes celebrities have a rough life. I know it's hard to boo-hoo. I don't feel bad for them. They're rich and, doing what they love. But I think sometimes some aspects of your personal life that you like to keep private are just out there for everyone. And that's just really hard.
No, and I think we can boo-hoo for them a little bit because, yes, they get the fame, they get some money, but what they're doing, the way they're living is not normal.
Right.
I mean, society, I think we are kind of, as humans, what's normal is you go to work, you spend your days building or programming or whatever, and then you go home quietly to your home and, hang out with your family and eat dinner.
And you get to be yourself. It's
not normal to walk out your door and 14 people jump on top of you looking for autographs or taking your picture or, that's not normal. And I don't know what that's like, obviously, but I think I could see where that would affect somebody mentally.
Yes.
Some people adjust.
Yes.
Some people maybe hide under their sweater all day.
Yeah. You just don't know. And I think, sometimes they're treated pretty unfairly. They're humans, and people forget that. Like, we put them on this pedestal and, oh, look how great and look how amazing this person is. And, they're really just artists at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're really just artists putting out their art, All celebrities mostly are,
Yeah. But the documentary, interesting. I mean, we had some interesting guests chiming in. Chris Martin from Coldplay. They had a couple segments with him. Jeff Ross, the comedian, apparently he's friends with Adam Duritz.
That was funny. He was funny.
Yeah, some other people too. And I came out of this.
Mary Louise Parker, she's a friend of his.
Yeah, came out of this really appreciating Counting Crows and Adam Duritz and what they contributed to the thread of music.
Yeah,
and
I
pop
think,
culture.
Honestly, I think that music holds up well. I mean, I still crank a lot of those 90s albums, but this is one that I'll still listen to every once in a while, and I don't know, it's just good stuff. And,
Yeah.
And not even just the popular radio songs, that they put out. This documentary also talks about kind of that sophomore album curse that a lot of bands struggle with. Like, that first one was just so great. And then they just really kind of got a lot of bad media coverage for the second one. But the second one had some good songs on it, too. And so I'm kind of like...
They set a high bar.
They did.
But even the second one was successful.
Exactly.
It wasn't as successful as the first, but...
Yeah, so people were like, oh, they're done. You just, so dismissive of a life of an artistry. This is their craft. This is what they're doing. They're going to keep doing that. And you can like it or not like it. But for people to just kind of say, oh, that's sophomore curse and they're doomed as a band.
Yeah.
That's just not fair.
But,
So I just feel like they didn't get they didn't get the support that they needed. And they were doing something so differently then, too. Like, they're doing this, like, with other good company that are also shooting rising stars in, like, the grunge movement of, like, Nirvana and Soundgarden and all of those bands that just exploded all over MTV and the radio. And so for me, it was kind of like, well, good for you. You're doing something different and you still have success at that. So keep doing that. You know?
But Counting Crows, Have You Seen Me Lately? The documentary is on HBO Max. And it's worth checking out. I think if you're a music fan, if you grew up in the 90s, or if you're maybe, you're interested to see a journey getting through mental health, I think there's something to be, you'll get something out of it. Moving on to another HBO show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This is from the Game of Thrones universe, a century before Game of Thrones, following Sir Duncan the Tall and his squire Egg, as he's about to participate in some big nightly games. And as we're recording, there's been 2 episodes released. We have watched both episodes. Mm-hmm. And
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
I think I didn't like it after the first episode. Mm-hmm. But after the second episode, I'm like, okay, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm like, rushing to go plop down on the couch to watch it. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested. I'm curious to see where they go. The first episode, I didn't know what they were like. What is this show? Is it a comedy?
I don't know.
Is it a drama? Because they kind of set the tone immediately. That first scene where he's like talking, he's like looking off in the distance and he's kind of saying these prophetic words. And then the Game of Thrones music starts to swell in the background. And then it cuts to him diarrhea pooping behind a tree.
Yes.
So you're kind of like, well, okay, it's a comedy.
They kind of lost me there.
Yeah.
Kind of like, really?
And then the second episode, we had a big old doink hanging out.
It's funny how...
Rhymes with Mick.
It's funny how he has this mentor who's passed away, right?
Yeah.
He was a squire for I'm going to use the term loosely, a knight. That he's kind of put on this pedestal as this great knight. And that montage there just shows him, like, with women and drinking and not really doing much knighting whatsoever. So it's just really... That part was kind of funny. And so, again, I was like, yeah, is this a comedy? Because that's funny. Like, he's like, oh, he was so great. He's so great. And he's, like, trying to pitch to everybody how great this knight was. No one's ever heard of him.
Yeah, he's trying to... To get into these games, he has to be kind of...
Like, sponsored?
Well, recognized. Like,
Yeah.
You can't just walk and say, I'm a knight and I'm going to compete in the games. Apparently, you have to be qualified. It's like he needs to have a resume.
Yeah, like,
and his
who
resume,
knighted you?
yeah, his resume is whoever knighted him. And so he's throwing this guy's name around. Everybody's like, I never heard of him.
Yep.
Don't know who that is.
Yep.
And then finally somebody has heard of him,
Yeah.
a Targaryen,
Yeah.
and says like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he technically was a knight, a hedge knight, but still he's a knight. You can play.
A hedge knight is like one that's really poor and has to sleep by the hedges or under the hedges. They don't have like the fancy tents and, the you saw kind of the village there where the knights were staying, and it was all these like carnival tents and pillows inside, and
Silk.
women and drinking and music, and like this almost like the Olympic Village, if you will, you know.
Yeah.
And so a hedge knight is one that doesn't have that support of a king or, you know, a powerful knight to stay in tent city. They got to sleep under the hedges. So that's what a hedge knight is.
So they're like a homeless guy with a sword.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the kind of the bottom feeder of knighthood.
Yes. Like you're a knight, but
Yeah.
you kind of don't have sponsorship. You don't have the right clothing. You are very poor knight, I guess.
See, so that makes it more interesting to me with this character, Sir Dunk, because he has ambitions of being a real knight.
Yeah.
Like he wants to not be a hedge knight, but be
Yes.
like, you know, a knight of the round table. We'll just, you know, like with the armor and all that.
And isn't he like 7 foot tall?
He's huge.
He's very tall.
He's very tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that makes it more interesting because all he knows is what he was taught by this essentially drunken, whoring idiot.
Yeah.
And they show a scene of him like showing him how to fight and all that, swinging a sword and the shields and all that.
Yeah.
So all he knows is this kind of drunken asshole, but he aspires to more.
Yeah.
And he holds that drunken asshole in high regard because that's all he knows.
I know it.
It's
It's
interesting.
about having high hopes, isn't it?
I
It's
guess
like,
so. Like, yeah, or aspiring for more than where you came from.
Yeah.
But he doesn't realize where he came from. I think he kind of does, but
batting out of your league. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes the story a little more interesting. And I thought the second episode was better because we got more. I like him and the egg interaction.
I don't.
No?
That kid bugs me.
Well, there's something about that kid.
Yeah.
There's something that we don't know, I think.
I think it's funny how he insults him, that part. So, yeah, again, I'm like, this is kind of a comedy? I mean, those things are funny.
Yeah. And the kid knows a lot.
Yeah.
Like he knows a lot about knighthood and
Yeah.
the what's the word I'm looking for? The family tree of all these.
Like the politics.
The
and how all this
politics.
goes.
Yeah. And also I find it interesting. He's bald.
Yes.
Makes me think he maybe, I wonder if he's a Targaryen.
That's what I thought, too.
And he shaved his head because if you have that big, bright blonde white hair,
Yeah.
everybody's going, oh, that's a Targaryen.
That's Targaryen. Yeah.
But he wants nothing to do with that
I don't know.
and ran off. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yep.
So I think there's some interesting stuff here. I agree. It didn't start very great.
Yeah.
And I still don't know, what are you about? Like, are you a comedy? Are you a drama? And I'm not saying you need to be one or the other,
Sure.
but there's definitely some comedic moments.
Yeah.
There's definitely some drama, but it definitely doesn't have that like real serious drama that Game of Thrones did, you know,
I
with
agree.
incest and beheadings and
The Red Wedding.
the Red Wedding, for crying out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I'm not looking for shock gore because I think they had some shock value here with the diarrhea and the giant.
Genitals.
Yeah.
Prosthetic, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. It was like, wow, this guy's old. Look at you. Good for you.
And that's funny. It's funny, that scene, he steps out to pee and he's buck naked. He's got the huge ding dong.
Yeah.
And in the background, you can see the whore sleeping.
Yeah.
And all I could think was like, oh, that poor girl.
Oh my god. Oh god.
But
Anyway.
yeah, so I think this is a show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, that will kind of sneak up on you.
Maybe.
I think by the end, when it's all done, I think you'd be like, that was actually really good.
Okay, I'll stick with it. I'm not giving up yet, but I'm just kind of wondering, like you, like, I'm not sure what this is, and I'm not sure if I like it yet. We'll see.
Yeah. But again, it's on HBO Max. Oh, here's a quick clip from it. This is when Dunk meets Tansel, the also tall lady who seems to be the love interest.
I'm Sir Duncan the Tall.
I'm Tansel. The boys used to call me Tansel Too Tall.
You're not too tall. I mean, you're just right for...
For
Puppets.
Yeah, puppets.
Good save. Yeah. And by the way, the puppets thing, Tansel, she's like a performer in this, at these games, they have like a little puppet show. Those puppets are cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh man, I want to see that now. I would like to see a Game of Thrones show with just puppets like that.
Cool.
I think that'd be interesting.
Somebody at Jim Henson Incorporated, get on that.
Right?
Yeah.
Big Henson. They own the puppet industry. All right, so we'll see. Again, two episodes in. I think on the night of the Seven Kingdoms, we're kind of like, okay, all right.
Well, and
we'll see what you're doing here.
It's kind of not fair because Game of Thrones was so good. That's a high bar. Anything that comes kind of after that, whether it's prequel, sequel, whatever, it's going to be hard to match.
Yeah. But I think the way the last 2 or 3 seasons of Game of Thrones almost helps it because you can make something, you don't have to live up to the Game of Thrones. Like, it wasn't perfect all the way through. If it was, then there'd be a really high bar.
Sure.
And I'd also like to point out, at least for me, when I first started watching Game of Thrones, the first episode, I was like, okay.
Sure.
By episode 2 or 3, I'm like, I am in.
So to be fair, my first episode was the Red Wedding.
Yeah, you came into it late.
I never went back and rewatched like other seasons. I just came into it late and started there. But after that, I was like, what is this? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was a good show for a little while.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm going to keep an eye on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Wrapping it up on that Married with Chance podcast. We are a married couple talking movies, TV shows. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, any suggestions? You can email marriedwithchannels@gmail.com. Try and return that email. And make sure you follow us on your podcast. Subscribe, of course. Until next time, my name is Moose. We'll see ya.